Alright, so we're gonna show you how to publish your page using FTP and using the tool which is Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is a tool to build your website and has a tool to publish your website. So first we going to create a new let's say we're gonna talk about JavaScript, right? So we're gonna put the JavaScript. If you remember, we want you to read the W3 schools, right? So now let's talk about JavaScript and HTML, right? So let's look at a JavaScript. Last time I showed you HTML, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create two files here. One is HTML, one is JavaScript. Here. So if you remember last time, in Dreamweaver you can do code section. It's going to embed that section for you. Last time I showed you, you use HTML and HTML to close, right? You have body here, right? So now we also have other tags we call like head tag. Head is pretty much just something that you can embed. Okay, like you can embed JavaScript code in here. Okay, and you can change the title here too. Title is like this, like sign in, academic, home, Java. This is title for HTML. So let's say, for example, I'm going to say welcome to future point of sales system. Body here, this is where you're going to put, like last time we did the right, hi, oh hello world, right? So now I'm going to save this. And now before you're going to do anything else, so let's organize our local. And local mean I want to create a project in my local server, right? So local mean your machine here. Okay, you can represent your machine as a local. So I'm going to organize project into a folder. Okay, and a folder name, pretty much just I'm going to name it as POS. Okay, it stands for point of sales, right? So I'm going to write a project for point of sale. Like you can pick anything, right? That related to the technology. So site, this is a place where you're going to do that, new site. And this is your local site folder that I just mentioned. So you have to remember the location where you have your site. So I'm going to put it under my desktop, CSC110, and I'm going to name US, right? So I just change it to POS and change the path instead of using default. Then remember the location. And site name is POS. No, you can have anything else. My project name is POS, right? So you can have any name related to your project. Like if you think about using Brandon, Breas, that's fine. Your website, right? Now, we have server. Now, let's talk about server now. Remember last time I tried to show you how to set up server? Right. So, again, instead of using Notepad, right? Last time I showed you using Notepad to write HTML local, like if you remember, I put it under week 8 index, right? And I have the web say hello world, right? So you can open your code here with Notepad. Right, that's my code. So instead of using Notepad, I just happen to use Dreamweaver because Dreamweaver is another tool, just like text editor's tool, but designed exactly for building website. Just like when you do research paper, assignment 1, how you do it? Word document. You don't want to use Notepad, but you could. Same thing, we gonna use Dreamweaver as a tool. It's faster because you see that it's built in all the text for you. And this is a connection to the servers that we try to do. The information that you need is, instead of NVSTU, you have to use a Word directory. It's been changed. It used to be NVSTU, that's old document, but now they changed to directory / all caps and your Blackboard, right? Username and your Blackboard password. And then you can hit test and it should say successfully connected. So that means what we just did here, we just connect this line from your local to server, and we're using NVSTU server here, which is student at NBCC. It's going to say connected web server successfully. What I want you to do now is grab your phone, take the snapshot of this image. Next time, if you have issue, then you pretty much just can look up your information here. Then we don't have to be struggling like with me. So you can also do like snipping tools like that and take image of this, and then we're going to pretty much just say FTP and VSTU info. This one is very important, okay? It's going to save you time. Website too, but we also need to know one more thing is what is your URL, right? So if you go back to, it should be www.yourusername.nbcc.edu. That's what I remember, but we're gonna test it, okay? So let's say www. Like my username, right? .nbcc.edu. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my hide page up online first. I'm gonna save this information, okay? And this is your local, and this is your server. We just made the connection. But one more thing, we have to transfer this file, and the process that we do, we call FTP. And you guys see this in your test. What is FTP stand for? File Transfer Protocol. So it's going to make your file transfer to this. So first I'm going to load the index file, right? You can create a folder too, but now I'm just going to upload the index.html. Okay, and this is the one that I just created, which I need to save it. So I'm done with setting up, right? So I hit save, and now I'm going to save this file now. So you may see on your right hand here, this is the navigation, like navigator for the file system. It's linked to your local files here. which I'm going to save it here. I'm going to name it index. And at this point, you just Dreamweaver, you don't need to worry about adding HTML at the end. It's going to add like HTML for you. Right, so let's say HTML, right, or HTML is the same, okay, which is Hypertext Markup Language. So that's HTML stand for, that you should know for the test too. Now, let's see how do I publish that. I just saved the file. You can just click and push. Right. If you want to publish just that file, then up folder here is like you push that to the server. You see that it's going to put the file to the server. Alright, so once it's done, right, this dialog box will go away. Then you can just start to go to your web link and see if you can see the page up. But let's verify the web link first. Okay. So the URL actually is this one. Okay. http://www.student.nvcc.edu/home/your user ID. Which that's why it's not this one. I'm going to change this to this, and that's my user ID. Right. And let's refresh again. It's still doing the connections. So now this one, once it's done, you should be able to see your website at the link that I tell you, but it seems like it takes a while. So we're going to talk about using Azure, and we talk about that in the videos, right? So let's look at this one more time, right? So how do I get into this? I go to Azure, right, portal. Of course, you should sign up first. And Azure portal. It's going to prompt for username, password. So I use my the NVCC student.edu to sign in with my password. That is log me to this page. So once you get into this page, you're going to click on new because you're going to add the new web. Right. So web plus the mobile, right? And the web app. And it's going to prompt you to put the app name here, right? So I'm going to put the app name, which is, you may see your URL pretty much as the app name.azurewebsites.net. I'm going to call it wallets. Okay. Dream Spark. Subscription. Okay, create new resource group. I'm going to call wallets. And you can pick the location close to you. I pick the Brazil South. Alright, so pin to dashboard, yes. That's going to show on my dashboard. And hit create. But make sure you remember it's azurewebsites.net with the app name. Alright, so now it's pinned to my dashboard. It's creating the new other website. I have two other websites already. Now I create another one here. So let me show you, like for example, I have CrowdSafe, right? When I publish that. So crowdsafe.azurewebsites.net. So that's pretty much my website that I publish. So that's a project, right? And this one uses JavaScript too, with a button, things like that. We're going to talk about that. So, and I have, now, let's see, once it's created, this is the information. You can visit it through that, right? Like wallet.azurewebsite.net. Now, if you go there now, it's technically you're going to have the default page like that. Has been created, but you need to do FTP, right? I show you how to do FTP, right? There are many ways to publish. One is FTP, one is Git, right? And one is you can put on your OneDrive. Okay. Like now, let me show